Makes it go on.
May have to hold it.
Here, this recording?
Yeah.
Yep, it's going now.
Is it on now?
Yep. You see the light?
Okay. Fine. First of all, give me your name and who you are.
My name is Aaron Barth, and I am currently graduating in May 1995. My major is information science, and I'm a double major. I have information science and psychology.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Where you're from? What's driving you?
I'm from Westchester County, New York. I grew up there from 4th grade until ninth grade. After 9th grade, I went to Midwood High School in Brooklyn and finished off my high school years there. I went to Oswego State University, and I started out as a psychology major. Had great interest in psychology in high school, and I ended up turning to computers because of I was brought up with computers pretty much my whole life. My stepfather, Ray, he had computers in the household, and I was able to use those and do papers on those, and pretty much I found that I had a love for computers. And then I made the switch to information science as a major, which is computer science with more of a people aspect. You deal with people and explaining technology to people and that kind of thing.
Tell me a little more about this information science. Is that the definition of a new field, or is it simply an evolving idea from other things?
I believe it's a fairly new field. Usually there used to be computer science, which is straight programming and really technical. And now there's a need for a middleman, for someone to explain the technology. The straight computer people weren't able to express their feelings as well and about the technology and explain to the business people who may not have a great idea about the technology. And the information science is the middleman who has the technical aspect, also has the people aspect, able to relate with people and can transfer the information back and forth.
Okay, let's talk, we'll set aside the technical educational aspect for a while. Let's just talk about you.
Okay.
What are you interested in?
What
What fascinates you most?
fascinates me most? Probably, I hate these questions. Oh man. See, I don't know what to answer with like a.
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to rollerblade.
Oh.
I like to, go on walks. I like to have fun with my dog. I like to just have fun.
It sounds like you like sports.
I like sports, yes.
Tell me a little bit about your activity in the area of athletics.
Oh, I was on junior varsity football in high school. And then when I made the transition to Midwood High School, I joined the varsity lacrosse team as a sophomore. And I hadn't played lacrosse at all, but I picked it up pretty well and had a very successful season. And when I graduated, senior year, I was the captain of the lacrosse team. And we won the PSAL, the Public School of New York League Championship, which was a great way to finish off my high school career.
So it sounds as if you get a great deal of satisfaction from that.
Yes, yes.
What other things bring you satisfaction?
I like to be I like being creative. I like to, when I think about a brand new idea or a new way of doing things, that brings me satisfaction in because just no one, either I didn't think I could think of it, or it just came to me, or that idea of having something new gives me satisfaction.
The idea of being creative appeals to you.
Yes.
Yes. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to be creative?
It means thinking. It means coming up with like new, either solutions to things, or you have
Doing things in a different way.
being
Not be in a mold, but try to creatively
right. To
explore
step outside
alternatives.
the norm, or the way everyone else has been doing, and just do something different, something that you believe in and that's different.
And are you able to do that? Are you able to be creative?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Can you give me some examples?
Well, for example, one Christmas, I decided to all my gifts. I really hadn't put that much into the. I was always giving gifts, but not didn't put as much Christmas spirit into it as I usually do. One Christmas, I really went all out, and I made a poem for every gift that I gave, and that it was received well, and it was very creative, and it gave me a really good feeling about that.
Right. So that becomes a kind of a little model of how you like to do things. If you want to do something just a little special, which is not the ordinary thing,
Right.
and then get satisfaction from it.
Yes.
Okay, why don't we look at this and see what it looks like?
Okay.
Good.
Great.
How do we do that?
Probably the stop button.
Yeah.
Tell me about your vocational interests. What do you want to do with your life?
I'd like to be a systems administrator of a network, preferably. I'd also like to possibly get into some consulting, and possibly late in the future start my own business.
All right. Why do you want to do it? Have you thought through why you are interested in this subject? What do you bring to it, and what motivates you to want to get into this field?
One thing I have is a great love for technology.
Now, say that again, and as you're doing it, sit up a little straighter and smile when you're saying it.
One thing I have is a great love for technology. I love new things. I love to see how technology evolves, and
When you're talking with your hands, bring them up, okay?
okay. I love to see how technology evolves in the future, and how
No, just wait and think.
What was the question again?
Yeah. What motivates you to want to be in this field?
From the beginning, from when I first started using computers, I seemed to have a love for technology. I loved the fact that new things were coming out, programs were evolving, the programs were giving people an easier way to do things, and that transition is really interesting to me.
Why wouldn't you just as soon just use this to develop programming, or to develop your own skills on the computer and be a loner, rather than trying to use it in a commercial way?
Interestingly enough, I don't enjoy programming as much because it's down on the minute technical level. I am more of a, I like coming out of the programming and seeing how it operates with people, more than just the actual digits and the programming of the actual entity of the program itself.
So you're talking about people now. So think of yourself as a people person?
Yes.
In what way? Can you explore that a little bit with me?
Well, I started out as a people person with my first major, which is psychology. I enjoy the human psyche and how people relate in groups, and I use that in my interaction with people, and that's helpful in my presentation and in working with people.
So you see a connection then between the psychological interests you have and the electronic interests you have.
Yes, yes, and I'm trying to incorporate that in my joint major in my college
Yeah.
career.
And how would you prefer to incorporate that in your vocational living?
Well, I'd like to. I believe that I have a strong understanding of technology, and I'd like to take that and bring it to people who may not quite understand it, and explain it to them, or provide solutions for them, or in either consulting arena or administration, where you're dealing with people who may not be as familiar with the technology as, you know, I may be, or someone else might.
What makes you feel that you can accomplish that?
I feel I'm good with people, as I said before. I've also, I'm planning to be certified in an operating system that I have interest in. It's called Windows NT. I think it's that it's where the future is going, as far as enterprise networking operating systems. I'm going to be certified in that, which gives me the technical background, but I'm also good with people, so I can bring the technology to the people who may not otherwise understand it.
But have you had any experience that makes you feel that that works?
Yes, I worked for the Instructional Computing Center.
Mhm.
On my resume, I indicate that. It's what it is. It's the college computing center that provides all the computers and training for the students and faculty on the Oswego State campus.
Give me some examples of how you've helped people.
Well, I participated in internet workshops, which we all know about the internet. It's this great superhighway. But during the summer, I was requested to come in and teach faculty about the internet and do some hands-on training with them on how they can better use the information that's provided for them to their advantage.
Describe a little bit what happened in the context of that. How did you do this? How did you teach the faculty? How did you have this hands-on experience with them? Describe it a little bit.
Well, we started out with a great lecture on what the internet is and how it helps, what it provides for people.
By you? Did you give the lecture?
I didn't give the lecture myself, however, a colleague did. And then we broke up into small groups where each one took a group, and I dealt with Gopher, which is this information retrieval resource, and some news groups. And I took those labs and explained, we had a worksheet, and we explained to people how these programs actually worked. Now, it was a little difficult for some people because they just didn't understand what email is, what these news groups are. So we had to explain to them in ways they would understand, like this is a message that's going to be sent. Instead of addressing it manually, you just put it in the to field. Those kind of things, and you get a return receipt when things come back. Those kind of things were helpful for novice users to understand this technology that's before them.
And you felt that you were able to translate this into the language they could comprehend, so that they would be able to feel like they could go ahead and work in this area?
Yes, I've had many people come up to me and thank me for helping them bridge this gap that they had with either a fear of computers or a fear of the technology, that's about them. Everyone else is getting on the internet and doing email, but they were a little little unsure about that, and they, they appreciated me helping them with that.
This is a field certainly that is changing all the time. It's getting, what you did yesterday becomes obsolete tomorrow.
Right.
How do you keep abreast of the field? How do you keep current with the, or how do you even project yourself into the future?
Well, it's difficult. I read a lot of magazines, which may sound, trite, but I do read.
That doesn't sound trite to me.
I do read. I subscribe to PC Magazine, Windows Magazine, and read the other ones when I can. They give me a pretty good idea of the trends that are happening and where things are going when a new product is introduced. And but I also like to try to get the hands-on experience through my own use of computers. If I can, if resources provide that I can use it at the school or whatever. But I like to stay on top of technology in that way. Also, with this certification that I may be doing, I would be able to get a beta copy of the new operating systems or programs coming out. And beta is just, before anyone else gets it, you get to try it and test it and see if things are working. And I have done some beta testing and in the past, and I see that as really important to see a product before it's even come out. And I think that would help me also to get on top of things.
What kind of companies or institutions are you interested in working with?
Well, I'd like to start out with possibly someplace in the financial district, banking, business, something around in that area. As far as the network administration, later on, possibly move on into the consulting arena where you deal with consulting companies that deal with other companies that need to be consulted.
A number of institutions or organizations need to have their staff trained in the latest technical equipment as well as processes and programs and all.
Right.
Is training something that interests you?
Yes. I enjoy, training people, teaching. I have experience with teaching so far. I taught a computer science course. I was a lab instructor for a computer science course last fall, and I enjoyed teaching and training the students in that class as well. So yes, I would say that I do enjoy training and working with people.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay. Maybe pop this one more time.